everybody, this is Deanna Bailey with the Texas Blockchain Council, and I'm here with Anu Jain in Nexus Cognitive. Got it, right?
You got it, thank you.
Nexus
Yeah.
Cognitive. And we're talking all things blockchain right now, so Anu, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your company?
Yeah, absolutely, thank you so much. So Nexus is a Web 3.0 digital maturity company. We focus on helping Fortune 500 companies move through this digital chasm and really get outcomes. So what does that mean? Today you hear the word digital transformation a lot. Right? and we really look at that as folks buying tools and technology, not really changing the way they do business and get outcomes. So we're focused really on a few main areas. Data and analytics. How do you use your data? How do you use your information to get outcome? We're focused on automation. How do you automate all of this stuff together? We're focused on human factors. So a lot of folks build technology, but if it's not usable and you can't use it and you can't orchestrate it in the workflow, it's pretty useless. And then recently, many of our Fortune 500 clients have been talking about blockchain and crypto with us, and how do they adopt it? How do they use it to go solve these problems?
Right.
And so, we're an interesting company where our founders, we're 4 founders, came out of traditional consulting and technology.
Nice.
And really focusing now on this, what we call digital maturity. So myself, former IBM general manager, and ran a large data analytics company.
Wow.
Our CTO, Andy Nardo, phenomenal CTO, came out of Price Waterhouse, was one of their global CTOs over there. So and also understands all the issues around KYC, AML, MLP, taxes.
It's a nightmare.
Nightmare, especially for big companies, right?
Yeah.
And then our other 2 partners, Scott Marvel is a service-disabled veteran, but also ran analytics at Ernst & Young.
Wow.
And our 4th partner, Steve Roberts, is the former CIO of Concentra Health. So we have a pretty interesting group with a bunch of what we call pirates as technologists.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's a lot of the blockchain space, right?
Yes, exactly.
So how would you say that your company has used this technology to embrace how Fortune 500 companies could increase settlement time or, just make those things smoother as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things we've started hearing from our clients about is how do we get to more real-time settlement, whether it's in our payment processing or within even transparency in our supply chain.
Right.
But today we're working with a lot of clients in different industries, whether it's oil and gas, supply chain, really to say, hey, it's taking us 90 days or more to get settlement of value, which is just absolutely crazy when you think about it.
Yep.
But they're also scared of this idea of blockchain and crypto, so we're helping them dip their toes in and understand what stable coins are and what an on-chain transaction is, and how does that immediately increase the value chain for them and their constituents.
What would you say is your favorite part about what you guys do for your companies?
That's a great question. I think our favorite part is getting them the outcome.
Yeah.
But also, we talked about design a second ago.
Oh yeah.
We want the outcome, but we want it in a design-centric way where everyone adopts it. And if we see that adoption happen, we're just excited.
Yeah, I would say when it comes to traditional blockchain, it seems to have gotten a little bit better over the last few years, but those initial, when you tried to transact with it, it was a little clunky, right? It was might work, might not work, maybe you knew it, maybe the time went out, and it seems to have just gotten progressively better.
It has. I mean, you've been in blockchain a long time, right?
A minute.
A minute. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking, you started with those initial wallets. How hard were they to work with?
Well, it was almost impossible. I think it's still setting up right now from 5 years ago.
Go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to sync.
So tell us a little bit more about what you're doing also in the space.
Oh, well, thank you for asking. So I actually am the CEO for a space technology company called Lunargistics Corporation, and we're leveraging blockchain to, we designed a launch pad to help increase how things get launched into space. So it's very all over the place. Things aren't standardized, they're not digitized, and we took that, standardized it, digitized it, and now we're trying to make sure that those records can be maintained in a safe way, in an immutable way, so that 100 years from now, if a satellite is somewhere, well, if that satellite lasts 100 years, that'll be great first, right? But where things are in space because those records have been maintained so perfectly, right? Where we just don't have that right now. So, and then the other fun part is fractional ownership of space objects, right? So you kind of take a rental property, if you if you compared it to a rental property, you take a bunch of owners, they own a property, and then the dividends from the rental property get paid out to the owners. Well, you can apply that to space objects as well. So a bunch of people buy a satellite, put it up, the revenue from the satellite gets paid out, and the best part is, because you own the property, it's open to everybody and not just accredited investors, which I think, for a lot of people, what a great economic opportunity, right? Where you open that door for extra revenue to come in and they can actually embrace the space industry, which a lot of people want to, but they think you have to be a millionaire to do it, and you really don't.
Absolutely, and I think what's so great about what you guys are doing, you're paving the way for many of our clients who look at this and go, how do we do this in our industries? How do we make something immutable? How do we get it on chain? What does that mean?
Right.
So I think what you guys are doing also is it's driving that innovation train fast
trying.
and helping us bring all these Fortune 500 clients along.
Yeah, well, kudos to you guys, right? This year was a big year for Fortune 500 clients. It's like you saw a lot of companies really starting to embrace this technology, and now the fruit of that labor is starting to show.
It's starting to show, and I think the next two years is going to be amazing in this space.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything you'd like to leave the audience with?
No, you know what I would say is we're in for an amazing run here. I think crypto, blockchain is going to be amazing, but I think the amount of applications that are coming is going to be huge. So for all of our clients and potential clients, this is a space to really start dipping your toe in and get into quickly.
Yeah, and if you're looking for somebody, a new Jain here?
Yeah, please reach out to Nexus Cognitive, Anu at Nexus Cognitive, ANU at Nexus Cognitive.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
That was awesome.